Hey, everybody, it's Big Daddy. How about the Marine Marching Band here, huh? Alexa, stop. Now let's see if we can play that song on Facebook and YouTube and whatnot. Hey, everybody, it's Big Daddy, and I'm here for a quick commercial for the Big Daddy Road Show. Shout out to all the troops. Support your troops and veterans, everybody. And God bless America. Okay, so this is a quick commercial. What is the Big Daddy Road Show? We did a video just the other night, and I played a few seconds of a song and got all kinds of spanked on the internet. My videos were taken down, and we had to edit them. And when we edited them, excuse my English, it looks like a Godzilla movie from the 60s. So here I am trying to figure out what songs I could play in my home that I pay for when I invite my friends into my home. Also, what's the show about? Well, it's really about everything. It's a storytelling podcast, and the story is whatever my guests come up with. Hey, Cassie, what's happening? Good to see you. Trying to do a commercial here to explain what my show is all about. We cover sports, of course. Congratulations to my Phillies sweeping the Braves. Good job. Appreciate you guys doing that for us. We'll talk about travel. We'll talk about, of course, the service. We'll talk about religion. We'll talk about comedy. If you haven't checked out my show with Max Doselli, do check it out. It's pretty funny. We'll have breaking news. We'll talk politics. Yeah, everybody's favorite, right? We will talk about it, though, because it has to be talked about in 2019. Maybe you're into gore. We got you covered with the Queen of Gore, no doubt. And she could really get the conversation going, trust me. If you're into things like gore. We have multiple shows. We talk about music, rock and roll, blues, basically you name it. We'll talk about it on the Big Daddy Road shows. But we have multiple shows because we talk about different kinds of things. Let's get rid of this creepy dude. We'll talk about spirituality. We'll talk again. Of course, I have to mention it again. We will talk religion. We'll take on the Pope, and we'll take on the Catholic Church. We'll take on anybody's philosophies. When are my shows and what are my shows all about? Well, let me tell you. Oh, look at that. Cassie saying hi. Hi, Cassie. Good to see you. Please share this long-winded commercial. We have 4 shows in all. The Big Daddy Road Show, I guess the biggest one right now is the Midweek Mashup, which is so new and doing so well that I don't even have a graphic good enough to explain how great the show is. We also have a show that's quite popular called the Friday Night Free-for-All. And just like the title suggests, it can get a little crazy. So it's not for the kids. We also do a show called Real Talk with Big Daddy, and this is where we'll get into more gritty details, and it's more like a one-on-one type situation where my guest and I'll just break down whatever the subject is. Here's an example of a Real Talk with Big Daddy with the Queen of Gore. That's out there if you'd like to check it out. Oh, real quick, you can check it out on my website and everything else about the show on BigDaddyRoadshow.com. So I'll let that scroll. And if you want more information, you can go check that out. So what else do we talk about? Oh my God, I got to sit up straight because you guys can't see me. Well, we'll talk about poetry. We'll talk about writers like Hunter S. Thompson. And I guess I should kind of change the graphics there. We will definitely get silly on the show. And most of the shows are live. So Big Daddy doesn't really know what's coming for the most part. Hashtag FNFA for the Friday Night Free-for-All, by the way. If you're on Twitter or whatnot, look for those hashtags. And it should help guide you to the shows you're looking for. So let's see. What show did I mention? Oh, occasionally, randomly, we'll do a show called The Sunday Chill. And Sunday Chill is exactly what it implies. It's just people, friends of the Big Daddy Roadshow hanging out and talking about anything, really. Like for instance, if you could look over my shoulder, the first signs of spring in the northeast part of the country are the pussy willows. And I'm going to actually show them to you because I just cut them down from the garden today. And if you guys know, like pussy willows, they don't give you much time, but check these bad boys out. Pretty cool. It's quite dangerous what I'm doing right now because I could drip water on my computer system. But this is the kind of thing I do for my listeners. We share stories. So, let's put that down. So we're a storytelling podcast, and we have tons of stories and tons of cool guests. We have over 400 shows in the can, and we have a YouTube channel where you can check out a lot of the past shows. Some of the shows will get a little hot. Okay. Some of the shows are really cool. Some of the shows are downright crazy. And we never know what's coming around the bend. We'll talk about pop culture with my friends from Pop Culture Cosmos. If you haven't checked that podcast out, you definitely want to do that. We will talk about cars and trucks and motorcycles and something old and something new. But Big Daddy definitely digs old. And where is the picture of my old truck? Oh, there it is. Okay. So if you're into old fix-me-ups, we got a show for you occasionally. If you're looking to take a break, we hope you'll take it with us. If you're out and about at a live show and you see Big Daddy, do say hello because I don't bite. At least not that hard. We're pretty simple going on the Big Daddy Roadshow. And we would really enjoy it if you would spread the word and tell your friends about us. We're a cornucopia of conversation. There's no telling where any of the shows will go. Again, our website is BigDaddyRoadshow.com. So if you're looking for any of the past shows, that's where you go. I think we're pretty well settled here. Now, some of the shows will get a little testy, and some of the shows will not exactly be politically correct, but I guarantee you, I will give you both sides of the conversation. So if you're thinking, oh, Big Daddy's pushing one side over the other, think again, because that's just not the case. Our shows are getting pretty hot. I was just looking at some stats on Facebook, and the last video, with a little bit of help from Facebook ads, got us a couple thousand views. The most views my show has gotten is about 72,000 views, but that's just not enough for the amount of work we're putting into all this. If you like breaking news, if you like talking with your neighbors in America from all walks of life, I think we got a show for you. Like, check out Uncle Bruno here from New Hampshire. He's a regular, and he's a hell of a good friend, and he's a great time live. We have Shot of Jack Sports with Jack Neary, who's also a comedian and quite a provocateur. So if you're checking out one of the shows with Jack, you might want to read a book and come prepared. Are we the smartest show? Hell no. Far from it. But I think we're a lot of fun, and we're totally supporting the United States and our flag. So what else can I tell you? Oh, comedy. Again, we're pretty big into the friends in the comedy world. So if you like to laugh, I think you're going to dig our shows. The Jerky Boys are coming out with a brand new album real soon, and we're hoping to have Johnny Brennan on to talk all about it. Actors from Hollywood. Yep, we talked to them. Sports champions. Yep, I've interviewed them. I'll talk to just about anybody if they have an interesting story. So if anybody knows the Pope, tell them to ring me up. Whiskey and drinking occasionally happen on the Friday night free-for-alls and the rare Wednesday night midweek mashup. And again, the shows at times will get kind of toasty and, what's the word? Hot. So if you want to come melt with us, come check us out. We have 4 shows. Every Wednesday, or near just about every Wednesday, the midweek mashup, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Here, let me get you a graphic on the screen. This will help everybody. 4 shows in all. The midweek mashup, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Friday night free-for-alls, not every Friday, but we do actually have one coming up this Friday. And I'm recording this on 4/2/2019. We'll talk about cannabis. We'll talk about... I think I said pop culture, Hollyweird, anything that's current and trending, we got you covered. There's nothing we won't talk about. And we're always looking for suggestions. So please hit me up in the private messages if you have an idea or something that you want to say. And we'll try to get you live. We promote love. It's true. It's okay, everybody. It's okay to show some love to one another. We're all on this planet screaming through outer space together. So remember that. It's just something to think about. If you're into concerts, we got you covered. If you want to talk about music, definitely got you covered. I'm going to say it again, even though it turns some people off. We will talk about politics, and I won't usually pick a side. I want to hear from everybody. But sometimes I'll let you know how I'm feeling as well. Remember, our shows get stupid sometimes, so be prepared for that. Occasionally, there will be some shade thrown. It's going to happen with lives. But if you're into a storytelling show, like the old talk shows, like Merv Griffin and The Tonight Show, I think we have a show for you. It's called The Big Daddy Road Show. It's my show. I've been working on it for over 3 years now, and the software is getting pretty cool. So things are getting better. Come join me and my co-host Ryan and the rest of the crew, and I won't mention them all because there's too many, but they're a fun group and they're from all over the country and the world. So that's it. That's my quick commercial, and I hope you'll share this, and I hope you'll subscribe to this on YouTube, and mostly I hope you'll come and chill and have a good time. If you get offended easily, well, I'll give you a hug. And just remember, whiskey makes me frisky. And so does some other things, but we won't get into that. I really love this country, and I love the audience that I've talked to thousands of people all over the country, and I'm really having a good time finally after all these years of putting this together. I almost gave it up a while ago, and I'm glad I didn't, because things are actually starting to really take off numbers wise. So read a book and tell us what you want to talk about. Or if you have a favorite show or an old movie like Chevy Chase here. I'm definitely into the old stuff. I'm also very supportive of our troops. So if you're serving the United States military, thank you. I appreciate it. My father served in Korea, and I've been serving veterans since I'm 5 years old, happily. And I hope you are too, if you're out there watching. Train your mind to see good in everything. That's something we try to promote, is positive vibes on the Big Daddy Roadshow. So keep that in mind when you come popping in, and if you pop on the chat. Also, if you want to be in the chat, just friend request me, because that's the only way you can do it until we get the new software rolling out, which should be pretty soon. Again, everything's covered, from the Bill of Rights to pop culture and trending anything, live concerts. That's actually my hand at the Sherman Theater. And there's a great show where you can see what that was all about over on the website, BigDaddyRoadshow.com. So, nothing's more precious than our time. And certainly in 2019, everybody's lives are crazy. They're working crazy hours. You're on the highway. You're spending hours to and from work. We hope you'll spend some of that time with us. I'm telling you, we have a show for you if you just check out the website. That's about it. So this is my commercial, and it's probably the shortest commercial that I've ever done. So that's it. I hope you'll come and take a listen, especially to our new show, the Midweek Mashup, which started on March 6th, and it's doing fantastic. I appreciate your time, and I hope, again, you'll share this video. I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube and hit us up on the Facebook fan group page, which used to have over 12,000 people, but Facebook took like 5,000 away because they weren't active, which I think is ridiculous, but it is what it is. So I need your help, the shares, the likes, and everything. Oh, and even the patrons that support my show. A big shout out to you. Honestly, the equipment's getting better because of you. So thank you. That's it, folks. I'm Big Daddy. Please come and visit my show Wednesday night at 9 p.m. The occasional Friday night free-for-alls. Just check out the boards for information on that. My real serious shows, kind of no silly stuff. Real Talk with Big Daddy, and the Sunday Chill, which is, again, another occasional show. Hashtag BDRS should get you everything you need to know on Twitter, Instagram, etc. And that's it. This is a wrap. I can't really do any more. If you're looking for a show that's out of this world, I think we put it together for you. And please share. Thanks for your time. It's a real late night, 2:51 a.m. on the 2nd of April, 2019. I'm an insomniac, so I figured Facebook took my last video down because of music. Let's see what they do with the United States Marines Marching Band. Thanks again, and hope to see you at a live show soon. Talk to you later.